Welcome to Bite Size Buddhism. We take a closer look at the First Noble Truth as analyzed for us by the Buddha. If you remember our last lesson on the Four Noble Truths, the Buddha taught these truths in the order of effect and cause. The Buddha was often compared to a doctor who is diagnosing an illness. In a medical diagnosis, the doctor first tells you the name of the disease and its effects. After that, he or she will explain to you the cause of this disease. In this sense, you can see the First Noble Truth as the description of the disease, while the Second Noble Truth is the cause of the disease. After the doctor describes the cause and effect of the disease, he would then prescribe the medicine and let you know the effects the medicine has on you and how to apply the medication. And this will be the third and fourth Noble Truths, where the Buddha prescribes the medicine to take in order to end suffering. In this way, the Buddha objectively listed a problem and gave a solution. So Buddhism is not pessimistic or all about suffering, as pointed out by some scholars. It is in fact optimistic because there is a way out of suffering. And so now let's take a closer look at the First Noble Truth. To begin, we will use the example we are all familiar with. We have all been attracted to someone in our lives, whether it is a friend or someone who eventually becomes our partner. Something in that person captivates us. It could be the smile or the very white row of teeth hiding behind those lips. But the smile, the teeth, and the face we're attracted to do not last. This causes an aversion or dissatisfaction over this object we were attracted to. Even the personality of that person and our own personality changes over time. Soon, we get confused about the attraction and wonder if we should still hang on. And this is the fact of most of our life experiences. It begins with an attraction or enjoyment to something we like, and then that thing changes and causes dissatisfaction, which causes us to end up in confusion. Should we stay together or not stay together with this object that has changed and is no longer attractive to us? It is not just about being attracted to another person. It could also be about your favorite food as well. You may be at a restaurant to enjoy your favorite burger, but then you find a strand of hair in the bun, and that spoils your mood as you lose your appetite. You are not sure anymore if you want to order another burger. In Buddhism, these three states of mind are also known as greed, aversion, and delusion. In all our life experiences, we always enter these three states of minds with friends, lovers, family, and the things we like to the things we dislike. But there is also freedom from these three mind states when we can detach ourselves. This detachment is also something we have experienced in our lives as well, such as taking a break from an argument, or just accepting everyone as they are and allowing them to be without rejecting them. This is also a form of detachment. Detachment is not disliking or avoiding something or someone. You can still care for another without clinging. There are three aspects to the First Noble Truths, and they are suffering of suffering, or dukkha dukkha in Pali. As we discussed before in a previous lesson, it includes physical suffering of birth, aging, illness, and death. Then there is mental suffering for being united with what we dislike and being separated from what we do not like, or not getting what we want. The second aspect is suffering produced by change, or viparinama dukkha in Pali. The second aspect of dukkha simply means that a happy condition and feeling in life is not permanent and not everlasting. Sooner or later things change and it produces unhappiness, to neutral feelings, and back to happiness, and then back again. These two aspects of dukkha are easy for us to understand with examples given earlier. However, the third aspect is hard to understand, and it's called suffering a conditioned state or samkhara dukkha. This third aspect is a very important teaching in Buddhism, and it has to do with what we consider as I, me, or myself. Who am I? We identify with many things, from our professional identity, to our sexuality, to our addictions, and even our illnesses. But who exactly are we? Our names are given to us. Our habits and interests were molded by our surroundings, and habits are conditioned by those we come in contact with, including the people we meet. Even the illnesses we are prone to are the genes passed down by our ancestors. Who are we? This is a fundamental question, and many philosophers through the ages have answered these questions. However, the one given by the Buddha is a unique one. He said that what we call the I, me, or myself, is made up of these 5 aggregates, or Panchakanda in Pali. These 5 aggregates are the ever-changing physical and mental energies made up of these 5 things. And they are the body, sensations, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Of these 5 aggregates, the body is the physical component, while the rest of the 4 aggregates are all mental components. Our self-identity, or what we call the I, is considered dukkha or suffering in Buddhism. The Buddha said, "O bhikkhus, what is dukkha?" It should be said that it is the 5 aggregates of attachment. So it is clearly stated that the 5 aggregates, or what constitutes our self-identity, is the same as suffering if we cling or attach to them. The identification and attachment of I causes suffering. To conclude today's lesson, we are always suffering from these 3 states of mind, whether it is with external objects we hear, see, smell, touch, and taste, to internal phenomena we call the I, which is made up of the body, sensations, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. We will go in depth into these 5 aggregates in the next lesson. Thank you for watching our lesson on Bite-Sized Buddhism. Please do not believe or disbelieve what is shared here. However, if the content resonates with you, please use your discernment and investigate further.